Hey, everybody, welcome in, welcome in. Regina, not much. I'm a tired girl today. How y'all doing? Hey, Facebook land, how you doing? Come on in, say hi. Yeah, it was a long night. It's been a long couple of nights. We've had some big storms and it gets very loud because we have so much wind. That's the deal, is the wind. And then we had thunder, and then it was pouring so hard. When I got up to look out the window, I actually found a puddle of water on my windowsill, which is not good. So we got a lot of rain. Doug went to work, got turned around halfway because they just had too much standing water. And he applies pesticides, but they can't just go in puddles of water around the house. You're just going to go away and be ineffective. So ah, see my little dudes? I just got these yesterday. They're pewter. These guys, I think, are pretty old. Regina, you might know these little guys. These two are good. This one is good. This guy is like, the fallen soldier. He doesn't have, he's missing body parts. And this guy, we're just going to say that he's in charge. He's telling them to get on and go get it done. Oh, Lordy, what is this? Oh, honestly, I've got ads popping up. I don't even know how to get rid of it. I don't wish to resolve. I wish it to go away. Make it go away. It's covering my chat. Sorry, guys. Hang on. There we go. All right, that's better. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Oh, man. So, yeah, then I got this guy. He's a bull, I think, or Agent Bull, right? And then, for some reason, this guy is a knight in shining armor. But he came off his base. I have the base, and he will stand up, but he needs to be reattached. I don't know who reattaches pewter. I don't know how that works. But he will stand up. Oh, he really will. Till I bump the table anyway. So I'm not really sure what to do with these dudes. Stay. Oh, all right. He's not going to do it. But I got this lot because, hang on, I'll go show you. Oh, where's the other dude? There they are. I wanted these pieces. Excuse me, dudes. It's a really cool palm tree, right? And a little elephant, because, me and critters. And then this guy, I don't think he's a soldier. He looks like an equestrian to me, like a fancy dude. And then these are chickens. Look how tiny. There's a whole family. Dad and the mom and the baby. Little tiny chickens. And then there's a goose. And I think that one's a swan, but it could be a goose swimming. But anyhow, I like that part of the lot, and then the dudes came with it, so I don't know what to do with them. Anybody like pewter creatures? Well, you can't have my creatures. Those are mine. Those are mine. That's the only creature. He goes with this guy who needs fixing. And then a whole bunch of soldiers. I don't know. I don't know if they're worth anything. They're old. They're very old. I do know that. But I just really like the elephant. And the palm tree. And the tiny little chickens. I mean, come on. Tiny, tiny little chickens. Sorry, I got to put them back before I lose them. They're living on my bookshelf now. All right. There we go. So that's interesting. That's what I got yesterday. So what's on your mind, folks? What's going on out there in the real world? We're just floating away here. Not really, and it's hard to complain about getting rain in the desert, but it really, if it could do that like after sunrise or, be a little bit more quiet, that'd be cool, I haven't had much sleep the past couple days because we keep getting rain in the middle of the night. So anyway, yeah, we'll see. It's Friday. I don't have to do anything Saturday or Sunday. So, like things around the house and whatnot, but nothing I have to be, alert for and be able to form words. So that's a bonus. How about you? How you feeling? You getting any relief? You getting any medicine? I don't know if the medicine you got the other day was for the grands or for you. You still working, girlfriend? You need some rest. So what do you think? What can I do with my pewter soldiers? Are they worth anything? I haven't had time to look them up yet. Other than that, it's just wet here. Everything's wet. I mean, it was so wet that Gypsy, who never goes in the barn, went in the barn. Because it was just, that's how nasty it was. Donkeys are weird. They don't like to be contained when there's things like storms. So, oh good, I'm glad. You just take it easy, girlfriend. Slow and easy. Look at this. I'm still crooked. I hate being crooked. That's better. Yeah, no. Oh, you want to see what else I got? It's so cute. I just got it because I liked it. It's a little tiny vase. The owl is living in it right now. Isn't that pretty? It's just a tiny little vase. It has like an old sticker mark on it, but no other markings. But I just like those 3D roses. I thought those were pretty. Anywho, and he holds my owl so he doesn't fall over. I finally opened my packages that were on my counter yesterday, and I couldn't open them when Doug was home because there was a couple items in there for him. There was a couple items in there for Adam. There was something in there for Emma. So I couldn't even open them online because they might be spying on me. I got that sorted out yesterday, and that was in that package. Oh, and this was in that package. Oh, yeah. I love this. I spent good money on this one. This one's mine. Is that gorgeous or what? And I believe it's 950. And it's all inlaid. There isn't much in the way of markings, though. It's been worn. But that is just, look at that light being bad, even when I'm not trying to sell. It is just lovely. So that was my little spoil myself for my birthday present. So I got to tell Doug that I got that so he doesn't go and spend money that I already spent. He doesn't know yet. He might if he's listening. Poor Doug. He didn't sleep well. The dog got him up first, and then she got me up. And then he went to work, and then turned around and came home and hung out for a few hours. And then they said, well, it looks like it might dry up, so come on back to work. So then he got dressed and went back to work. So, it's Friday, though. Yay. Oh, man. Yeah, not a whole lot going on right now. My brain is a little foggy, as you can imagine, and I got to post a video later. We did all the birds' cages last weekend, and as soon as we put down the fresh paper, Riley went down to the bottom and shredded. Looks like we never even cleaned his cage. Woodstock went down and made a little nest, and I managed to get that on video, so I got to get that posted if I can play with my computer stuff without it irritating me today. We'll see. You know how that goes. Yeah, it's been weird. Everyone's been having all kinds of problems lately with their computer stuff. It's got to be, I don't know. I don't know what it is anymore. Weather definitely was a problem, but it just seems like people are getting upgraded, and I don't know what they're doing. They're upgrading things behind the scenes and messing with stuff, and you got to wait for it to mess up so they can make a patch and then put that out, and it's like whatever. Just fix your stuff. Just fix it. It's expensive. Just fix it. We're all just trying to, scrape together enough money here to cover shipping. You know what I'm saying? Like, just fix it. Yeah, there's Riley on the bottom again, ripping paper. If you hear ripping paper, it's the African gray. Apparently it's breeding season and they've decided to make nests. None of them have mates, but it doesn't matter. They'll do it anyway. Sometimes a female will actually lay an egg without ever having been around a male. Usually when they're in their 20s, which is where my birds are. So who knows? But I'm pretty sure Riley's a male. But some male birds make the nest, not the females. So some do it together. But a lot of times the males make the nest and attract the female that way. My little crane, my good luck crane. It's flying your way. It's an earring, but I thought it was really cute. It's an actual origami crane that they put something over it to stiffen it. I don't know what. Maybe a little acrylic layer or something. I'm not sure. But there's only one. It came in one of my lots of things. And I said, yep, that needs to hang in my tree. It goes with my ravens. My little ravens. That's actually a necklace. See, jewelry isn't just for wearing. You can use it for decorating. My little Scotty dog hanging out there. Got that from Colleen. Oh, man. Oh, I forgot I got this guy, too. I like pewter. Isn't he cute? Little frog. Got that from Rita. He's going to live on my desk. Over here with Adam and Eve. Oh, man. Yeah, yesterday I did my first new show doing tarot online, and I actually did mostly Oracle. Only Oracle. I didn't pull my tarot cards, but that went pretty well. I was on for 3 hours. A little bit surprised that we stayed on that long. People were chatting. That was cool. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. It's called Seeking Serendipity. And I'll be doing readings and other interesting things, and, talking about tarot and oracles and numerology and astrology and star charts and things and stuff. Because I like it. Colors. Seeing where that goes. Yeah, today I'm just hanging out. Very happy we got a lot of rain. We definitely need rain. Always need rain in the desert. But yeah, it's good to get a good amount of rain and definitely knock down some of that dust we've been getting. And we've been lucky. We haven't had fires in the area, so keeping things wet helps with that too. And all the cows and birds and everybody out there, it was hot last month. So now they have water in the area, and they'll be getting some green stuff to chew on because things will grow. You get water, things grow in the desert. It's how it works. So that's beneficial for everybody. Except me. Because I don't get to sleep. And then, we have like a heavy metal glider chair, on the patio. Even that was flipped upside down. There was stuff everywhere. Yeah, rain is good. Just, it was really, we went from like 0 to 30 miles an hour. Just like, boom. Yeah, that woke us up. And it was really loud, and really heavy rain. Almost sounded like hail. It wasn't, but it was hard and heavy for hours. So, and we didn't lose power. The other night, the power was going on and off. That was what, 2 nights ago? I can't even remember anymore. Because I was started at like 1:30 in the morning. And it went on for like an hour. Like every couple of minutes, it would go off and then come back on. And everything would beep and reset. And then it would go off again. And, it woke up the birds. It woke up the dog. And it woke up me. So I need some sleep this weekend. But yeah, why did the power go out that night? No idea. We had no anything. It was just regular, normal. It was really quiet. Wasn't windy, wasn't overcast. It was, I don't know. And then last night, the big storm. We've had a couple storms during the day, but last night it went on for hours and hours. I was waiting for the power to go out. Coffee is good. Other than that, I don't know what Doug's up to this weekend. I do not know. He's got to go doctors again on Monday. I think he goes for his physical therapy or his therapeutic massage or chiropractor or one of those people that fixes his back, He's got a pinched nerve in his neck and, sciatica and old age stuff, just things hurt. The army didn't do him any favors, that kind of deal. So, he has to go do that. He goes, I don't know, a couple times a month to that. So, other than that, we got to get the plumbing fixed this weekend, hopefully. It was supposed to be done, and it hasn't been done, and it's hard living out here remote because it's really hard to get reliable people to get things done properly. Obviously, we've been doing this since January. Now, not consistently, but yeah, there's been nonstop stuff, but I guess, it's an older house and they messed it up and, it's kind of like swapping one brake line on the car. You're going to have to do the rest because you change the pressure and now the other one breaks. So I think that's kind of the problem. We've been repairing in pieces and yeah, we didn't really expect to have to replumb the whole house. You know what I mean? So there's that. That's always fun. Of course, for me, it's just a matter of writing the check. For Doug, he's been the one climbing around under the house and helping and, troubleshooting and fixing what he can so we don't have to pay someone else to do it. But, we're getting there. We're almost there. We're down to the last bathroom. So, done all the bathroom sinks, done the kitchen sink, done the washer. We did the guest room bath last time. Did both the innards for both toilets. They mocked it up pretty good. Put on 3 new shutoff valves. And now we're doing the master shower. And I think that's all the water in the house. So I don't think there should be anything else we should have to touch. We replaced the pressure pump and the pump and the pressure tank more than once. So I think we're out of parts now. I think. Lordy. So yeah, that's, that. Of course, not working water means not renting it. So been a couple months we haven't been getting income. So there's that too. I mean, we're not destitute by any means, but yeah, that income's nice. It's definitely nice to have. So we're going to hopefully get that going. Thought for sure I'd have it rented by the beginning of this month, but no. Maybe by the 15th. We'll see. So, that's my woes. I know, they're not that bad. I know. Just tired and cranky today, that's all. But other than that, everything else has been going not too shabby. Haven't gotten any bad phone calls from out of state or anything like that. So that's always a bonus. And, Doug and I are doing okay, just running on fumes right now. Doug's tired at the end of the season for him. Summer bug killing in Arizona gets, really, between the heat and the extra work, because obviously in the summer there's more bugs and there's more people that want the bugs not to be in their kitchens, and understandable, but it should slow down here soon, and the cooler weather definitely helps people function. They had a couple people have to go home from dehydration because, it doesn't matter how much water you drink, you're losing it twice as fast as you're taking it in. So that gets old too. Can only see part of the sign. Oh, now it's behind my name. There we go. There you go. Get all the good vibes in there today, huh? I need them. I don't know about you. Oh, boy. Yeah. I don't remember. I fell asleep watching something about, I remember. They found, I don't remember what it was called. I'd have to go look the video up again. They found another ancient settlement. Shocker, shocker. They keep finding them. But this one is weird because of the way it's built. There is no, centralized anything except for the housing, which is built like a big giant honeycomb. Like, all the walls are built right next to each other. And they don't necessarily all have an outside-facing window because it's like an apartment complex, but some of them are on the inside. There's no streets. They can't find any, all the houses were identical, pretty much. Some may have had better decorations, but it didn't appear that anybody was in charge or above anyone else. Everyone's status was the same. And they couldn't figure out and there were no streets because they just had this honeycomb house, and they'd had a couple courtyards in there. And the way they accessed the houses was they climbed a ladder to the roof, and they did things on the roof. They had walkways, and you entered your home from the roof. So they had little markets and stuff set up on the roofs, but no streets or anything. And they're like, well, how did this society work? There's no real obvious farming. There's no real obvious power structure. There's no real obvious, worship center, And they started, excavating and digging, and they found that there were one corner of the house, there was this ceremonial area in each person's home, and that's kind of underneath it where they buried their bodies. But when they did DNA testing on them, they found out that the kids that were in those homes didn't belong to the adults, and that they concluded, I don't know, that they were they shared the kids. They traded babies when they were born, which gave them a real community. You're raising someone else's kid, someone else is raising your kid, that kind of, I don't know, weird, but whatever. This is what they came up with. And then once they did the DNA testing, they started realizing that the more ornamental burials were actually female, not male, which is pretty reversed. And what they came to find out is that it was a matriarchal structure. And guess what? The women didn't need to be in charge. They just did what they were supposed to do. Shocker, I know. So now they're starting to look at some of these other sites and thinking, maybe we missed that. But I found it very interesting that, a female-based society, it wasn't that they didn't have husbands or anything, but when they got married, the men moved in with the women, not the other way around. And, they didn't have, some king reigning over everybody or somebody in charge, or not even really a shaman or anything along that line. They all just lived and got along and did what they needed to do to take care of business. Sounds about right. We should probably get working on that. I found that interesting. Like the Amazons, but normal size people. And I can't remember where it was. I don't even know if it was in, the Americas or in Europe. I don't. I was late. I fell asleep watching it. I don't remember the fine details. I just remember the general consensus of how it all ended up. But that was interesting, I thought. They're finding all kinds of things again, so I can't wait for them to start filling in some more of the gaps. There's a lot of them. Oh my goodness, Riley Peach, mind your manners. He's pretending to be a woodpecker. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but he's banging his beak on the bottom of his cage, which he has removed all the paper from. So I'll have to fix that later. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm tired. Rainy day like this, maybe I could take a nap. It might be dark enough. I have a lot of trouble sleeping during daylight hours. Yeah, could you hear him? That's Riley, banging his beak on the bottom of the cage. He's down on the bottom, banging, 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 banging. Drive me nuts. He wants to come out, not in. Or he wants me to come in, actually. They're funny that way. They try to lure, they decide that you're their mate because they don't have one. And they will build their little nest and try to lure you into it, Oh, boy, birds. Oh, yeah. I am not making it long today, I gotta say. Well, I'll make it. I just won't get much done. Like I said, I'm a bad napper. I just don't, I just don't nap. I lay down, I can rest. That's helpful, but I really don't fall asleep. So and then I'm like, oh, there you go, just laying there doing nothing, Start getting all wound up in my head, and then I have to get up. If I'm sleeping during the day, I'm sick. You can be guaranteed of that. So, yeah, I wish I could. I mean, Doug comes home from work. He's tired. But he's just like most men, sits down, closes his eyes, sleeps for 10 or 15 minutes, and then he's good. Up and off he goes. I'm like, how do you do that? Takes me an hour to go to sleep. I'm happy to stay there solid sleep for 3 hours in a row, 6 is the most I ever get. That's usually when I've been out, moving rocks and raking and, physical labor in the yard. So, ugh. Yeah, I'm starving today, too. I don't know why. I'm usually not hungry. But today I'm a hungry girl. Coffee ain't cutting it, Make myself some lunch today, maybe. Made a small frozen ham. I threw that in the oven with some sweet potatoes and asparagus. We had that for dinner last night. It was pretty good, actually. Haven't had ham for a while. I don't know what I'm going to cook tonight. Something easy, I can guess that. Trouble is, with us not doing very much in the way of processed food, there isn't a lot of easy around hanging around my house. So usually means I have to do something. Of course, there is cereal, which, is not really one of the better options either, but it's here. Oh, boy. Yeah, I got no Facebook crew today. Last week, it was like a high school reunion. I had my college roommate and one of my old vendors from Connecticut who was more than just a vendor. He was a cool dude that used to hang out and chat with us a lot and is still in touch all these years later. I used to buy mice from him and other things. And, yeah, it was funny. Someone from another chat that I'm in that is not in this area of my world. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun last Friday. All the folks were around. Oh boy. I tell you, I really, on top of our plumbing issues, our guest bathroom had a water leak. We literally could not make the water stop coming out of the faucet, and our bathroom did not have, like a shut off that we could just turn that off. So we actually had to disconnect it. So our guest bath does not have water in the tub. And that we have a stand-up shower in the master. So I could really use like a big old bubble bath, but I have nowhere to take one. After we get the rental fixed, that'll be our next plumbing project. I want to redo that bathroom, so we've been kind of putting it off, waiting on the money situation, because, redoing a whole bathtub situation gets pricey, so. And then we got into the plumbing at the other place, and that kind of ate up the money I'd been saving for my bathroom. But income is better than a second bath that you don't need a tub for, So, priorities, right? Priorities. I'm trying. I am trying. So, yeah, not too many people in here chatting today. I don't know what's going on out there. Apparently, the rumors have been all over the place. Trump died. I'm like, oh, okay, really? I didn't hear that. And I guess he really didn't, so that's good, I guess. And I don't know. The world's crazy. Definitely the world is crazy. But I guess we're still in that holding phase because I don't know. They're doing stuff. They're just not being really clear with us about what it is they are doing. And I know there's some people that aren't real happy. So that kind of makes me happy because there's a lot of people that need to not be happy so things can get better for the rest of us. I know. Yeah, I'm going to try to spend the weekend just enjoying nature if it'll stop storming. If we don't get any more rain this weekend, it'll probably stay cool and we can go out and finish doing some yard work we've been putting off because it was too hot. 107 is no day to be out raking or moving rocks. So, we're just always trying to fix it up here. You got piles of scrap wood that needs to go away. We didn't want to get into that during the summer because that's where the snakes and scorpions like to hang out to hide. So, cools off, they'll move along, and then we can go safely move the wood scraps, or at least a little bit safer. Yeah, things and stuff that need doing, as always. I don't think that's an ending thing, which, ugh. I like having a to-do list I check off and I don't have to redo the things that I already did, and like dusting, Not a fan of that one. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of that kind of stuff, Give the dog a bath and I don't know. It seems like we bathe her and more hair just falls out. It's just, I don't know. It's endless with her. Yeah, I thought we had more hair before. 2 dogs and 2 cats. I think we have more hair with just the one dog. So, and she was one of the 2 dogs. So I'm not really sure what happened. She probably got some dread disease from the dog food. No matter what I buy, it seems that, within 2 years of me finding out, okay, that one's bad, let me switch. And now this one's bad. It's like, I don't know. Can you guys get it together? I don't want to make all the dog food. When you make the dog food, there's stuff that you don't have that you need to go buy supplements, and it ends up costing more than feeding you and a family of 3. So, So, hey guys, what's up? Come on in and say hi. I see people coming in and lurking, but then they leave. I know, I'm boring today. Sorry, I'm tired. Give me a topic, we'll talk. What do you want to talk about? Gotta go look up my star charts and see what's going on. I don't know, that comet. That's a weird comet thing. Still waiting to find out, is it really a comet or not? Is it gonna come and get us? I don't know. They've been talking about all kinds of stuff, but it all seems distraction talk to me. I'm not hearing a lot of solid things. Although, Florida, good on you, Florida. They have no more mandatory vaccines. I think I can say that. Not even to go to school. Good. You know, there may be a few that you should get, but I think, you know, someone really needs to start really looking into the ingredients of anything you inject into your body, or you let someone else inject into your body or your child's body. Because, wow, the schedule for vaccines for kids, whoa, I thought it was bad when my kids were in school. So good on Florida. Hopefully some other states will follow along. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know. Keep hearing that Kim Clement had some good stuff to say about my birthday, September 22nd. So that's coming up. Let's see if anything happens. Hopefully I'll be here to celebrate. We'll see. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's something to look forward to. Chocolate cake. Doug will get me some kind of good chocolate cake from some bakery in his travels. That always makes me happy. I don't like making my own chocolate cake. But it is a mandatory item on my birthday, you know. Lots of September babies out there I've been seeing. Hopefully everybody gets to have a good month. They say that right now it is a good time for new ventures. Following through on plans that you started with. We have some kind of energetic window open. Like I said, I got to go look it up. I haven't been paying attention. But I know this right on through until my birthday, the planets are going to be lined up on my birthday. I don't know if it's going to be 5 or 6 of them, but a whole bunch. And that always messes with us. But right now, before that happens, good time to get it done. Whatever you've been working on, now's the time to do it. Get it done. Take the risk. Invest the money. Not all of it, but no, you know, sometimes you got to spend money to make money, but do it wisely. And that's what they're saying. Right now is the time to do it. It's our opportunity. The window is open. Use the energy while it's available because it won't stay open. Doesn't mean you can't move forward. It just means right now is a good time to do it. It's in your benefit. It's in your, it'll help you. You go forward in good intentions and seriously try. The universe is going to help you get it done. That's what I'm being told. So I hope that helps somebody. I'm doing it. I jumped in. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Starting new shows, doing new things, expanding, trying hard to get it there where, I don't know where I want to go, but yeah, I'm just, trying new things, seeing what sticks, I guess. what feels good, what people respond to. Yeah, birds are tired too. They were up half the night. Maybe it'd be a nice quiet afternoon around here, and I don't know, maybe go watch some good movie or something. See if there's any soup in the cupboards. Gina. I know that, dear. I do. Yeah, I'm glad that I don't have to be somewhere anymore, I am definitely glad of that. Yeah, I'm just chilling, man. I'm just wiped out. I'm tired. I don't want to whine. I'm just gonna, I think, have a nice chill day, and hopefully nothing weird will happen, because this kind of day that the horses will break out or something, and I'll be tired, and I'll go walking for a mile, to go catch them, and we'll see. Hopefully Doug won't have to work too late, because he was up half the night too, so he had to be somewhere, and that's what I don't like, that having to be. He don't like it either. He wants to retire. We just got to figure that out. Get the rental up and get a second rental up. We could be pretty close to it, because we did pay our bills off. So there's that. That's, that makes daily living a lot easier if you don't have a lot of extra bills over your head. So I highly recommend people do that. Suck it up, eat the ramen, pay your bills. And then you won't have to eat ramen. Then you'll be able to eat good and not feel guilty about it. Oh, boy. I did get my room picked up after my show yesterday. My boxes everywhere, my unpacking of my stuff, and sorting the Christmas items out and putting those away, and putting away the stuff that was going to live here, because a lot of it was t-shirts for me. Yeah, Doug just turned 60, so now he's trying to do the countdown, So it's like, I keep telling him, because we are in the situation we are, we can't not have a paycheck yet, but, we could work towards a lower paying job or less hours or, something, But honestly, that's more on him than me, because he's the one that worries more about the money than I do. But I've been the finance person since day one of our marriage, so I know that we're not in bad shape. He doesn't know, even though I tell him, he doesn't know, because he won't sit down with me and do the books. He doesn't like to do that. So, well, it'll alleviate your stress, but okay, That's on him. When he's ready, we'll do it. So, and then, it's just a matter of figuring out how much do we need, and then he can go apply for different jobs and less physically demanding jobs. I mean, he's kind of getting to that point where, everything hurts all the time. And, he literally crawls around under trailers and up in crawl spaces of attics and bending over in restaurants. And, it's we're old. That stuff doesn't fly. It's not that he is incapable of working, but he's incapable of continuing to beat his body up so that he can't move on the weekends, I know. I mean, I'm not saying that I think we should be broke and go on welfare, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty good about the money. I'm pretty good about it. So, I don't just pay minimum balance. No, we don't have those now, but I never did just pay minimum balances unless there was no option. And in Connecticut for a while, there was no option. And that was the life I did not want to live. And we do not live that life anymore. So, But that's the part, he's still stuck in that because he's still in that working mode. I got to work, I got to make money. It's like, dude, we've been here 10 years. We're doing good. The mortgage is paid. The cars are paid. We don't have credit cards. We're okay. We're okay. And you can live on a lot less when you don't have those things. And Arizona's a lot cheaper than Connecticut. So the bills we do have are still cheaper than they were. So, I'm not saying we'll be going out to dinner and taking, month-long vacations if he doesn't work. But guess what? We don't do that now. Really, our life won't change very much. We just won't be buying a lot of things that we don't need because we have pretty much what we need too, It's that American attitude of I want more because I want more and everything needs to be newer, better, bigger. It doesn't. And I prefer older and, smaller, honestly. And things with less buttons and buttons that I understand how to fix. Tired of paying people to fix things for me. Didn't always used to be that way. I'm also tired of all the new stuff they make is literally made to last about 3 years before, if you're lucky, before they expect you to buy it again. I mean, bought any appliances? When we bought ours, they lasted over 20 years. Bought the new one, lasted less than 5. And of course, now it's out of warranty. You know how that goes. So, I have no need to progress with technology anyway. I don't really want to regress and have to chop firewood again either, but, we're comfortable. That's all I need. Oh, my back hurts. Everything was wet. I went out and there's wet hay and wet donkeys and wet horses and my feet were wet and everything was wet. I'm not used to that anymore. And wet hay is the worst because it sticks to you. But luckily it's, the sun's not really out, but it's not raining, so they can dry out and not be sweaty because it's not super hot. What do we got here? Yeah, we just hit 80. 80 is not bad. Yeah, sun in the front yard, but clouds in the back. And that's your weather report from Dolan Springs. Oh, boy. Yeah, donkeys and horses are sleeping. They're probably up all night too, right? They're outside in it, right? Tortoise, he just goes in his hole. He don't care. I had a lot of birds out there this morning, though. A lot of birds. Half the front yard was covered with a flock of quail. And they were making a lot of noise. Very strange. It sounds like I live in the jungle when I'm here in the desert. I had no idea there were so many birds here. Which is cool. I love it. I just didn't know there were so many. And my raven family was hopping around out there this morning. They are so funny. I do like the ravens. Riley sending kisses. Yeah, I think Doug's a little, well, I mean, I know he wants to stop working, but his sister just retired this year, so, and his brother, so, you know, but he's the baby. You know what I mean? Like, they're 5 and 7 years older than him, 5 and 6 years older, something like that. So, you know, it's not going to happen. But yeah, I keep telling him take a week off, but he won't do it because it's summer and they're busy. It's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. You burn yourself out, and then you're tired, and then you're grumpy, and then you want to quit. But really, what you just need is time off. You know, he's never been a vacation person. The only time he ever took vacation is like when someone died, you know, or so. Even when we had the kids and we would go camping, we were in Connecticut, he would just get up in the morning and go to work and come back to the campground later. Which, you know, I mean, yeah, again, like complaining about rain in the desert. I had a husband that actually, you know, really took care of business. But, you know, we're never satisfied, are we? Oh, boy. Well, guys, I do appreciate you, Regina, coming in and hanging out, and whoever else is out there lurking and not chatting. I definitely appreciate you. I know I'm not very exciting here today, but I think I'm probably going to head out. Been on about an hour here, and I got nothing good. Going on. I'm just tired. But I wanted to come on and say hi, see what's going on. I know my Facebook people have been popping in now and again, which is nice. So hoping to reconnect with some of them because I was off Facebook for over 6 months. So I did lose contact with, you know, people that, you know, they don't go looking for you. So hopefully they'll start seeing my lives on Facebook and start coming back on and chatting. You know, that kind of stuff. And other than that, I do hope everyone has a good weekend. I don't know what everyone else's weather's supposed to be. I think we're getting into fall and it's kind of maybe nice. And I say go have dinner on the patio if you can. The bugs won't eat you, you know, and enjoy it before the cold weather sets in for those of you that it will. I know by October in Connecticut, it's snowing most of the time. So, you know, hopefully you guys can enjoy the remains of summer. You have until the 22nd. And then it's the first day of fall, Ellen's birthday. You know, best day of the year. Always love the fall. I do miss it here in Arizona because we don't have real trees, so we don't have any leaf changing and stuff. So, and I always loved when the fall night set in and I'd sit outside. I love that. So yeah, you guys go enjoy that for me, okay? If, you know, you see any really pretty leaves, take some pictures and post them and tag me and I'll come check them out. You know, that's what I like. I like the pretty colors of fall. And I like looking at postcards of the snow in the winter, but I don't want to see it anymore, like in person, except on Christmas. That's it. From Christmas Eve to New Year's Eve, that's the only time there should be snow, in my opinion. Regina, you get some rest, girlfriend. And I'm sure I will see you out and about. I'm going to go see if I can find where Terry's at. She said she was selling. I don't know who's selling today, but I'm sure all I have to do is go look under live and I will find her. So you guys have a good weekend, and I'll hopefully catch you at my live Tuesday. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't think I am live this Tuesday, but I will be around. So check out my schedule and come see me again. As always, sending much peace, love, and harmony from Petrichor Ranch in Arizona. Get some sun if you can, and find a reason to smile. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.